Where is it? Show me this royal priesthood. Show me this holy nation. Where is this peculiar people? Where are these peculiar people? Because we look like the world, we talk like the world, we live like the world. So when you talk like the world, you live like the world, you look like the world, you are the world. But the priesthood, if there's something the church has ignored, is the books of the law. We have ignored so much the books of the law, and that is what we have missed. The priesthood, the nation, the governing of God's people was not just grace, running around talking grace. No. Grace doesn't mean you do everything you want. You enter church the way you want. You live the way you want. That's why we are suffering. It's because of the doctrine of grace that has been misinterpreted. When Jesus came, he said, I have not come to do away with the laws. I have not come to do away with it. And the prophets. No, I've come to fulfill. I've come to fulfill. To fulfill what? Now, it says, now let's go behind a little bit in 1 Peter chapter 2. 1 Peter chapter 2, now let's read from verse 1. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 1 says, wherefore laying aside all malice, laying aside all malice, and all guile, and hypocrisy, and envies, and all evil speaking. Verse 2, as newborn babes. That's the challenge we are having. You know, the challenge is that you are now old. Now that you are old, there are laws and statutes you have been taught that are not of God. So the church has to unlearn. That is the problem. The problem is unlearning. Unlearning. What you have learned. To unlearn. To unlearn. It's not easy to unlearn, because you had been programmed in the world. And because you have been programmed in the world, you have to, it doesn't matter how old you are, how long you have been in the world, you have to, as a newborn, start again, desire the sincere milk of the word, then grow in these statutes. You have to grow now in them. You have to grow in the statutes of God. It says there, verse 3, if so be you have tasted that the Lord is gracious. Verse 4, to whom coming as a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. Verse 5, ye also as lively stones are built up. You are built up now, a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up statutes are spiritual sacrifices. Statutes are spiritual sacrifices. These spiritual sacrifices, it says they are acceptable. Not what you feel, think, or see. What God is teaching or saying. So we go back to Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 1. It says, now therefore hearken, O Israel, O Israel. The word there, hearken, we have said this is the word Shema when you hear with intention to obey. With intention to obey. Psalms 1 and verse 1 says, blessed is the man who walketh. The statutes is what makes our walk. Who walketh not in the counsel of ungodly, verse 2, put for me verse 2, not see the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law. These are the statutes of God. Your delight, that means the opposite. Where there is a curse, there is a breaking of the law. Where there is a breaking of the law, there is a breaking of the statute. When the statute is broken, curse automatically operates in your life. There's no need to say curse come upon your life. No, just break the laws. Break the laws. Yesterday, was talking. One of our all-time members passed by here in the evening. So I was talking to him. I told him, how have you been doing? He says, I was doing well. But he said the other day I was in intensive care unit. I was hospitalized. I said, what's the problem? What made you go to in ICU? He said, where? I said, what was it? What is where? He said, when you come old, there are foods you cannot eat. He said, it is meat. It is milk that took me to intensive care unit. It is food that took me to intensive care unit. He said, food. So I told him, okay, now what do you eat? He said, wait, now. I don't eat meat. I I don't take milk. I've gone back to the original African foods. That's what I'm eating. It's okay, go drink sodas. Go eat chips. You know these days, tunakutanianga mbele. There's no problem. You go walk the way you want to walk. If you want to learn through experience, you yourself, some may never recover. You want to learn through experience, it's okay. But these examples that have been given to us in the Word of God, we have been given examples in the Word of God to admonish us so that we can learn from others and not repeat their mistakes. You break God's laws, you're going to enter an intensive care unit. You break God's laws, you are going to have it. You are going to reap what you sow. But if your delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate. Meditation is a statute. Can you see now? Can you see? God has said here, this law of mine, I want you to meditate. A statute, he has said here, day and night. So a statute is an act. A statute is an act. And statute is a bill. A statute is an